Hey, how's it going, everyone? Hopefully, this is coming through. We'll give it a minute or so before we fully get started. I've just got the computer down to the side here, so if I'm looking down, I'm just checking out the chat. Comment. Just in case you can't actually hear me speaking, I do have a comment down there. Let me know if you are having issues. But yeah, before we jump into a review, we'll go over a few things first. But we do have Freeza Second Form here and their beautiful shipper. I mean, this is actually how they come out in Japan. We have the shipping label here. So the mailman just dropped it off as is. And look at that pristine box. Always nice. Okay, awesome. Yeah, so we've got a few people here recognize Jack, Trigon, Jay-Z. I'm not sure if all you guys are on the Discord channel, but if you aren't, there is a link in the comments below. Come join us. Definitely best place to check stuff out. I mean, we checked out the event exclusive Goku on the weekend and an exclusive look on the Discord. So cool stuff like that there. But yeah, anyway, I wanted to try something a little bit different. I was just doing normal standard reviews, and I mean, that's fine, but it gets a little bit boring, so try and spice things up a little bit. Maybe mixing some of these live reviews every now and then if you guys like it. It's kind of a bit easier for me. I don't have to edit, so nice to be lazy. But anyway, I'm Milky. If you haven't seen me elsewhere before, I've done a couple of live streams so far. One with Tamashi Nations 2022 last year for the Monster Arts, and the one on Instagram with Instamashi again for the Naruto line last May. So I've done a couple, not too many. I'm not actually set up properly to do these at home. So if my mic is not the best, let me know. And if you want to keep doing these, I'll definitely get a nicer mic going forward. But yeah, anyway, I guess we might as well just jump straight into it, and I'll try and follow the normal formatting. But after that, ask you guys some questions. If there's anything you want to check out, let me know. Before someone asks, yes, there is Cooler, Goku, and Freeza here for a bit of a size comparison towards the end of the video. So yeah, let's just pop him open. I'm not sure if you can see. Just gonna open up the shipper box. Oh really? Cheers. Anyway, we got Freezer here. Hopefully, just drop a comment in the chat if there's like no focus or anything like that, and I'll update it later. But as you can see, the usual box, Tamashi. This was premium Bandai in Japan. Same in America, actually. Overseas, Europe, don't think so. So if you are coming from another part of the world, may be slightly different. Usual design there with the nice selection of images showcasing what he comes with. Really do love the fingers that he comes with. Bit of a different meaning if you're in, the UK or the UK speaking countries compared to America, but alas. Alright, coming to Freezer here. A little bit dark. I do apologize. Maybe we get better lighting next time. But anyway, so with Second Form Freezer here, he does come with 3 additional faces. So we've got the nice smiling one. What's that? The maniacal laughter, which is iconic for Freezer. Let's zoom in there. Hopefully you can see okay. And then we've got the kind of angry look. How can he be losing? That's kind of classic there when he's getting his ass handed to him, or at least his tail chopped off. Which it's a little bit weird looking over the camera in the reverse way, so I apologize for the movement. Anyway, so we've got the tail chopped off here and the extra part. So this actually has a cool cap on it, which will pop off, and we'll take a look at it in a moment. What's that? 2 pairs of hands, the usual spread kind of gripping one, and same with the feet, which just focus. There we go. These feet is kind of similar to that of Cooler. We had ones for flat for standing, ones for like kind of hanging. Ones for hanging in the air. Let's move that box out of the way. Yeah, man. Anubis, hey, man. Cheers to see you there. You're definitely right. There's some figures, right? You expect them to be good. You pick them up, you're like, I mean, it's nice, not bad, but it doesn't spark any joy. But Freezer here, as soon as you pick them up, you see them, I don't know, there's something about them. Just, get them out. And you can maybe experience a little bit of that joy as well. Maybe it's a bit better back here, a bit more light. But yeah, I know this figure is definitely my favorite so far. I mean, for Dragon Ball, we haven't had much actually. I'm not sure if you guys can see. There's the gamers down below, but then to us, here's a fantastic release. But yeah, so far 2023 is all on Freeza Second Form here. The finish is very similar to Cooler Weed has the matte color for the grey, or the white grey, where it isn't the shiny base plastic like the same armor for, say, Zarbon or Dodoria. So that is really nice. It has a more of a bony look to it, which is fantastic. Same with the pink. I mean, there's no weather in there, but due to all the lines, you get the shadow and shading, which does give it a lot more depth and detail compared to a lot of other figures. So despite that, it looks really nice. Anyway, let's pop the tail on. So nice big chunky pig. Just focus. Hopefully you can see. And that just pops in. Man, yeah. If you, yeah, if you don't pre-order these days, it can be really hard. I think maybe someone can drop a comment in chat where you can get from. I think it's I want to say Global Freaks. Try Europe. A lot of those releases there, they're not actually premium bundle, so you can actually order. It takes a little bit longer, maybe a little bit more expensive due to import fees, but at least you can get your hands on it without paying scalper prices. I've got the tail on here. Okay. Yeah, so it's got a cool little cap there, which is really nice. So for it being chopped off, and this will just slide out as well. So we can do that now. Nice big chunky peg in there. And then we can insert the tip of the tail. Pop this in there. Which way around? Here we go. Okay. So we have a full tail here. That's actually pretty long. Maybe it's going to be a con for this figure is the tail design. Something like the monster arts where you have multiple joints all the way down through so you can fully curve it up and around. I think that would be fantastic. But yeah, we'll come to that, I guess, at the end for the pros and cons. Okay. Let's see. Oh, nice. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, 2 to 3 weeks. That isn't too bad. Wait, especially compared to getting these couple of prices. Okay, let's try and do the articulation. Maybe a little bit awkward in this angle, but yeah, we'll start from the head and go down as usual. So forward motion there. It does have a big neck joint. It does come through a big gap though if you move it too far forward or back or to the side. That is one small downside there, but being a bit smaller, it will give it a bigger range, whereas if it had extra plastic that it would catch. So there's a give and take for the design. But going forward is really nice. You can kind of tilt all the way down, which is great. Going back, not so much tilting up there, which is a little bit of a shame. A bit more motion back would have been quite nice. But I mean, everything else, I mean, no real big pauldrons on Freeza here to stop the articulation, which is good. Speaking of kind of pauldron in the shoulders though, these do go up and down, which is nice. So you can lift those arms up without kind of getting in the way of the shoulder pads, which is nice. Let's move this down and around. Yes. Okay. So here we've got the nice big kind of butterfly joint. So we'll curve all the way around. And there we go. You can kind of see here. In and out without too much issue there. I mean, it'd be nice if there's a bit more range forward. But despite that, even with the armor on the top there, he can lift all the way around. There we go. That's probably a bit better angle. Yeah, I do apologize. It's a bit dark. I might have set the camera a bit further away than I did on the weekend. So next time I will have more light come in to get rid of those shadows. So yeah, bear with us for this test run, I guess. About the usual elbow range there. I mean, we have a normal upper bicep saw as well. So, I mean, everything is pretty standard if you have these figures, especially if you have Cooler. Everything is very similar there. talking a bit much, might get a drink. Got the good old Dragonballz cup there with Roshi. Man, whew, quite a few comments there. Awesome. Hey man, what's that? Raised Bleeder. Cheers, man. Really appreciate that. Oh, see Saints as well. I see you didn't make a different account. So yeah, man, noticing quite a few of you guys from the Discord channel. So thank you so much for joining. Do appreciate. Yeah. Looks like he's turning. Yeah, right. They can fall off. Okay. So I knock that off. There we go. So it's got the usual clip there. So this will just pop on over, similar to the same one. So there we go. Nice. Moving down to the torso area. I mean, a little bit more limited going forward. That is always, I guess, one of my gripes with a lot of the Dragonballz figures. Forward, the ab area is a bit more limited. But going back, I mean, check that out. Really nice going back. He definitely makes up for it there. He can actually still on the hip area, and then just above that as well. Maybe a little bit hard to see. There we go. So it is nice. And that purple, I guess, purple flap has a little bit of motion, not too much, just a little bit of wiggle room there. So at least it's not on tight, which is good. So less chance of breaking if you are being quite forceful with your figure. Yeah, there we go. Okay, coming down to the legs, not quite the splits. Got the upper thigh swivel as usual on both legs. But yeah, going forward is really nice. Hand out of the way. There we go. And then again for going back. Actually, there we go. Knee design. I mean, everything in this figure feels so good. Really fluid. All the joints are nice, chunky. And it just feels really nice to handle. Move that tail out of the way. Usual feet. Everything can move down. Swivel around nicely. So yeah, man, Orange Piccolo, I'm pumped for him as well. No, yes, no, I don't really like Super. It's enjoyable enough to watch, but yeah, that Orange Piccolo figure looks amazing. I've heard he's really good. If you haven't pre-ordered him, his pre-orders on Premium Bandai do end on the 30th. So yeah, go grab him. And yeah, speaking of Krillin, tended to pose him with him. I've got Krillin in the back there, being flung up. So I might need to rearrange the shelves a little bit later. Yeah. But yeah, that covers it for Articulation. Really nice. Pretty much if you have corners about the same. I think Caller may be a bit better due to the hip design on where it has a bit more space in and around. But anyway, let's jump over to the faces. We'll check those out. So like the other Freeza figures, we have a second head part. That is for the more expressive faces. So the base one that we have on here, crazy good detail, and that is the kind of frowning, kind of unhappy look there, which is great. So to get access to the face, pop the head off. Freeze this bit fully there. Okay. Focus. There we go. So once you've got the face there, it just slots down like so. And then for the, it's actually about maybe I had to see about says O on the bottom. Square. So circle and a square then. The circle one is for the base faceplate and the smiling one, which I've just put on them now. These ones have a more standard faces. They don't have like the crazy eyebrows coming up or anything like that, but it's just got that kind of like cheeky smile. He knows he's about to kick some ass and stab some Krillin. So yeah, again, really nice. The printing, the detailing there for the lips as well. Maybe a little bit hard to see, but he's got a very, very fine black outline around his lip with a color separation. When you see it in person, I think you might be a bit blown away there. Definitely the faces lately, one of my favorite parts for a lot of the Tamashii figures. Well, they lack in weathering in other areas. They're definitely making up for it in the face printing. Maybe not so much some of the live action stuff, but at least for the anime line. It's a little bit hard to get on. Have you guys noticed that often the second heads or anything like that, since they've never really been put on the figure, always a little bit harder to pop on that first time? Just like the Freeza one here. So if you do have a bit of trouble, don't worry, just give it a couple of tries and it should pop on. But yeah, this is the square head that we saw this before. It may be a little bit hard to see. Do have good old Scooters finger here. There we go. So the eyebrows are a bit more curved up and around to allow for those more expressive expressions there. Definitely awesome. I love that face. Maybe my favorite one, actually. Just him kind of laughing. Yeah, man. A few more comments there. Awesome. Yeah, man. Can't even draw faces. Definitely one of my highlights for this figure. And then, obviously, we can't have Second Form Freeza without that angry look where he's frustrated that how can he be losing? Look at him, he's buffed up, he's powered up, ready to kick some ass, yet he still needs to transform yet again. So really nice. Yeah, man, Berserk, yes, that is big news for this week. I'm very glad I haven't gotten into that line myself, or this series. Saw the original anime, definitely keen to get those figures, but bit too many lines to collect at the moment, so I need to try and hang off. Just switch the original head back on over here now. Maybe try and do some poses, I guess, and let's have a look at the box. So on the box there, we have the kind of flying one. So I mean, if you want to try and give him, what's that? Yeah, that leg up and down, that one over, tail around. This is something kind of quick and dirty. Man, might need to, instead of use autofocus, let's only use fixed one, so I always know where it will be looking. But yeah, really nice. Since he can twist that torso all the way around, definitely nice range of motion there. It makes it a lot easier for posing, though. If you swing around to the back, it reminds me of that Homer GIF or image. All the back there, the ugly parts are showing. So again, you kind of have to pose it how you want it, then look at it from that angle if you go for those extreme poses. But yeah, what else? I can switch the feet over and show those, and then yeah, I mean, we'll have a quick size comparison, and then maybe my pros and cons I have so far, and then oh yeah, if I put on, this is the foot peg there, nice and chunky, and I do have an L and an R inside the feet, so you do know, or so you can remember which one is which. So maybe a bit easier to tell the difference if we have them out flat. There you go. So you can see this one here has the toes just curving down. It's kind of perfect for putting those feet down flat. Whereas this one here looks a little bit more odd. So this one, if you have them kind of like out there flying away, it's really cool. Yeah. Oh yeah, he does come with a Dragon Ball. How do I get that out? If you guys always want to how to get a Dragon Ball out of the box, blue tack. So easy. Just touch it on the ball and it'll come on out. Right, there we go. So we've got the 4-star summoned Namek Dragon Ball here. Again, I mean, it looks like every other Dragon Ball, right? But it is nice. Nothing too surprising there. Let's change some his finger. I will have some photos if you jump on Rockchala later today, maybe this evening. You will see some photos with the different hands and so forth. So I won't quite go over all of them now. So you got the finger one there, and then what's the other hand? What's that? Time to go back to Tenkai Budokai for attack references. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Need to check that out. Man, I mean, Namek Vegeta, that would be awesome. I mean, there's a couple from Namek for Vegeta, so definitely looking forward to getting one of those. They had a teaser poster a while ago with Namek, was it? I think Second Form Freeza, Third Form Freeza, Nail, Kiwi, and Namek Vegeta. I mean, yeah, we've got a couple of those already, so hopefully the others are coming as well. But yeah, I mean, everything else on this guy is really nice, so let's just do a quick size comparison, I guess. Let's just put his arms down. Okay, so first off, we'll put him next to, is it Big Bro or Little Bro? Who is older? Have they even said that for Freeza or Cooler? But yeah, check that out. If you haven't already, I did post a photo on Instagram last night, or maybe your morning, if depending where you are, showing these two. And Freeza here is slightly taller than Cooler. But yeah, those two together looking very, very nice. There we go. And then if we get we got 4th Form Freeza, who looks absolutely tiny in comparison. Yeah, look at that size difference. This is kind of almost, but it does look quite good. Imagine this is Metal Freeza. This is King Cold. That kind of size comparison or size difference would be very nice. So I think from official sizing, King Cold is definitely maybe another head taller than Second Form Freeza. Metal Freeza probably again be a bit bigger than the 4th Form that we've got. So that would be pretty cool actually in terms of the scaling. But yeah, we've got the full power Goku here for a Goku comparison as well. I would have got Krillin out, but he's kind of attached to a stand over back there, so it's a little bit annoying to get out. So for now, you just have to live with those guys for the size comparison. But yeah, just jump into some pros and cons. I mean, pro straight away, finish, the size, the feel. Something he's just got sparks joy when you do take him out of the packaging. Definitely my favorite for the year so far. It's going to be hard to beat. I mean, Turles was already amazing, but Freeza here has definitely gone above him. My cons, the tail. Yeah, the tail is pretty. I don't want to say, yeah. It's okay, but you've got 1, 2, 3 points of articulation, and depending how you do it, it either looks ridiculous, like it's been broken, which is just about every pose you do with it, or you're really limited to maybe 1 or 2 angles, or you can kind of swivel it around, look from the front. So for me, the tail is what doesn't ruin the figure, but it definitely does remove a lot of the enjoyment, especially when we could have something like the S.H Figuarts, which are just down here behind me. Those tails are fantastic. You have like about 15 different points of articulation. We can, move individually to curve up and around. I think something like that for Freeza, especially with the girth he has, would have been fantastic. So that is my big downside for this figure. Accessories, maybe a key blast would have been cool, but again, we've driven the price up. So he's big. He's got a Dragonballz, he's got a Face's hands. I mean, overall for accessories, I'm pretty yeah. What's the word I was trying to think of? Anyway, I'm pretty happy with where this turned out. Anyway, let's jump in and check out some comments. If you have anything you want to try or look at, please say now in the comments. Yeah, but it'll be interesting to see if they are swappable or not. I believe the tail here for Cooler and Freeza is different again. Yeah, one for Freeza is definitely bigger than what Cooler had. Which way did we go? Yeah, so 3rd Form Freeza is smaller than the second one, and then the figure again is smaller. I'm guessing the tail on the 3rd Form Freeza will be quite a bit smaller. Pale Krillin. Can you see Krillin? Stab. Without knocking anything down. There we go. That's about as good as you can do at the moment. But he's kind of all fully attached to some stands there. It's a bit hard to get access to properly. So yeah, But yeah, I will dig them out eventually for some photos, so keep an eye out for those. Anything else you guys want to check out or chat about? Probably keep going for a few more minutes at least. Yeah, Krillin, hard life, right? Ever since their first Budokai tournament, we got slaughtered. But yeah. There's not much else to go over. But yeah, this month though, stacked full of releases. This weekend we've got Trunks, the boy from the future, I believe her full name is. Then we've got the Vegeta Saiyan Blood, something Karava. Again, a very long name. Definitely looking forward to both of those figures. What we've seen so far, they're looking good. So yeah, and figure of the year so far for Dragon Ball at number one. Actually, speaking of that, if you guys actually like the live stream, it'd be cool if we maybe can rate them, maybe can print out like a what's it, Cordon's Tower, maybe print out, put it at the back here, and we can like slowly rank and place the figures on the list for figure of the year, and we can like compare at the very end. So yeah, if you guys keen for something like that, or at least for more live reviews like this, if you enjoyed it, let me know, and I can definitely try and do more in the future. Maybe not every release, but mix and match here and there, and then maybe keep an eye out for the or you know, as a community, just keep track of all the different figures. Maybe find a good way to rank them as well, so it's a bit more fair opposed to just personal bias. But yeah, definitely. I enjoy Trunks is going to be a top contender. Very good. I've completely forgotten who is coming out this year anyway. Third Form Freeza. That's definitely probably my most anticipated figure. Obviously Trunks, Vegeta, Beast, Gohan, Orange Piccolo. Who else has been announced? I know. If I'm forgetting, I'll drop a comment in there. But I think so far there's too many good figures. I mean, Beast, Orange, Piccolo, they could all be. Oh yeah, Pan, Broly, yes. Oh, Android 19, yes, he's looking good too. Guessing since 19's coming out, 20 must be soon. So yeah, definitely probably those. A lot of good figures. It's going to be hard to pick a top 10 this year, and maybe it'll just be top 2 with like 5 picks. That's right, Armored Trunks. I mean, that one's really good for people who didn't get the original. Here's a bit harder, so it'll be nice. The accessory pack is cool. Man, we've got a lot of stuff. Time to get a third job. Yeah, man. I think everyone's wallet is going to be hurting, especially with the new lines. Yeah, but anyway, I guess we can wrap up the review here. Again, there'll be some more photos on Rockchala later. I'll chuck some on Discord and Instagram as well, so check those out. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. If you are new to the channel, please do like, subscribe, and all that usual stuff. It does help. And if you do want to see more live streams like this, let me know. It's pretty fun. Hopefully it wasn't too bad. So anyway, I shall end the stream here. So catch you guys later. Cheers.